Hi there. Quick question for you. Do you know what augmented reality is? Like, I'm just wondering if you've ever tried to use augmented reality in your classes, if you're a teacher or with your students. I know a lot of people think, yeah, I know what it is, but I'm not really sure I need to use that. It's maybe a little bit above my skill level, or I kind of know what it is, but I don't have time to look up, all kinds of new technology and use all kinds of new stuff and learn new stuff. It just becomes like one more thing to do, right? Well, I've got great news for you. It's not difficult. It's probably as accessible as some of the other websites you're already using in class. And there's tons of either free or almost free resources out there that are readily available that you could use easily. Now, I know that there's a lot of other teachers. Maybe you're not in the boat of like, well, it's too complicated or it's, not at my skill level. Maybe you're not that teacher. Maybe you're the type of teacher who thinks, well, I know what it is and I've used it in the past, but it's really all about bells and whistles, or it's kind of like a fun game or a new little shiny toy. It doesn't really have any educational value, right? That's what a lot of people think too. Well, again, I'm here to prove you wrong because you know what it does? Augmented reality, especially, is what I want to talk to you about today because augmented reality, what it does is essentially it's helping you create, or each individual student create, a 3D model of some type right there on their device. Teachers have been using 3D models since the dawn of time. Remember, think back to your chemistry class in high school years ago, right? We all had models of what a molecule looked like, right? Or in math class, you all had, young kids or older kids, we have models of what a prism looks like, or a cube, or a sphere, right? That's a 3D model. Or in science class, we had frogs that we dissected that were actual 3D objects. Well, now through augmented reality and all types of new technology, you as a teacher, you don't need to store all of those models. You don't need to worry about them breaking. And it's not that there's just one model for the whole class to use. Everybody can have their own 3D model on their device. And most often, these augmented reality websites and apps are interactive. So you not only can see the 3D model in front of you to kind of help students understand the concepts that you're teaching, but you can kind of interact with them. You can zoom in or zoom out. You could kind of look at them from a different angle, or get a better idea as to how they work. Sometimes it asks you questions and you have to respond. It all depends on the tool. So if we've been using 3D models and simulations in class for, 100 years, why not do it in a new and innovative way using augmented reality? So that's what I thought I'd talk to you about today quickly, is to give you an idea as to what is out there. I'm going to show you two different resources that you could use very easily and quickly in your class, and then give you a link to a couple of other resources that I think could be super helpful. Please remember to ask questions at any time you'd like. Either if you're watching me live, ask right there in the comments, or leave a comment for me down below, either on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, where this recording will be a little bit later today. All right, so first of all, just quickly, let me define what is augmented reality and what is virtual reality, because sometimes that gets a little confusing. Virtual reality is what you use normally with like those big headsets or the goggles that you put on. And that's a fully immersive experience where each student puts on their own headset and they feel like they're inside of the the virtual reality that you've created. They love it, it's exciting, it's innovative, and it really drives home whatever the concept is that you're teaching. The only negative part about those augmented reality goggles or headsets is the price. They can normally be kind of expensive. The fancy ones are expensive. You can get little cardboard ones that aren't real expensive, but the fancier ones are quite expensive. You've got to store them. And the other thing is that sometimes people, when they put those goggles on, get a little nauseous or a little dizzy. I've even had students get a little bit afraid. Because this other disadvantage is that it's a little bit isolating. Each student is doing it 100% by themselves and alone. A lot of times students like to do the activities together in groups, and the teachers like them to be more active and in groups together as well. So there's advantages and disadvantages to the virtual reality headsets, but what I'm going to focus on today, which I think is a little bit more accessible, especially if you haven't done a lot of it in class, is more augmented reality. You know, those types of resources. And augmented reality is when you take your device, normally a phone or a tablet, and you point it at something that is in your physical environment. Sometimes it's a specific trigger, you know, that you've downloaded off of the internet, or there's another popular one that you can, it's a trigger off of a dollar bill that most people have in their wallet, so it's easy to use as a trigger. And then on your device, you see a 3D image, video, or some type of other interactive element right there on your device. And each student can do it on their own. They can do it in groups, whatever you'd like to do. So the augmented reality is what I'm going to focus on today, like I said, because I think it's a little easier to use and it is very popular, and everybody can get it on their device. And almost all of these augmented reality experiences that are online are for either iOS or for Android. So you can, doesn't matter what kind of device you have, it's available for you too. So let me show you. The first one I want to talk to you about is called Google Arts and Culture. If you don't know this website, I have got a treat for you. Google Arts and Culture started as just a division of Google where they were kind of not showcasing, but they were like putting together all kinds of high quality video and or high quality photos of art and cultural items from museums all over the world. That was like 20 years ago. And as they started developing this whole huge, massive database of all this different information, they started curating it. And they were creating exhibitions of all these different wonderful pieces of art and cultural artifacts. And then they went from exhibitions to creating these different experiences and immersive experiences and street tours and tours of museums. So they've just exploded with resources from this massive database of everything that Google has at their fingertips. For example, they have one called Street View, which, as you probably know, Google Maps does. Google Maps has a feature called Street View. Have you ever used it? You click on that little body image in the lower right corner, and it'll show you your location on the map as if you're walking down the middle of the street. So what Google Arts and Culture has done is they've taken Street View and mixed it with cultural or artistic artifacts and created these little tours. So my favorite one that I've gone back to many times is Cervantes's tour of locations that supposedly Don Quixote went to in the countryside of Spain. So it gives you little pieces of information or photos of what Don Quixote or what Cervantes himself actually looked like, gives you more information about him, and then takes you on a street tour, which is like an immersive augmented reality experience of these actual places that exist in Spain. So you can see there that that's like it's kind of a mix between being information, being 2D photos, as well as 3D virtual experience. So that's kind of cool. So Google Arts and Culture has that. The other thing I just want to point out is that I can see you guys like that one. What I would like to point out is that it's not, I know it's got the word arts in the title. It's not just for people who are teaching art or music or something like that. It's anybody can find cultural or interesting information on Google Arts and Culture. Like from history to geography to sciences to art to cultural commentary to current events. You can find anything you need on that Google Arts and Culture website. If you go to the home page, I'm warning you, it's a little bit of a black hole because you're going to see all these wonderful things that they offer, and you're going to click on everything and you're going to get a little lost in there. So my advice is this: go to the home page and stick on the home page and just investigate everything that it has. And then, if you're a teacher who's watching this video, my suggestion is that you go to the Learn with Google Arts and Culture website. It's a division of the same website. It's got its own separate menu. And what I thought I would do is I would share my screen with you and show you that everything that it has for teachers. This part of the website is set up specifically for teachers with in educational information as well as lesson plans. Let me share my screen with you so that you can see. Okay, as you can see here, it's called Learn with Google Arts and Culture. And I'm just going to scroll down here. See how it says Tip for Teachers? It's got a quick guide right there for you that you could view and read to tell you how to use it. Now you can see that they are separated by subject: biology, art, physics, chemistry, history. Now, maybe not all of these are augmented reality, but it's all tons of information for you of and interesting, like I said, artifacts, exhibits, everything that you can think of. So down here, you can see downloadable lesson plans on just about anything that you could imagine. This would be, more geographical or cultural information, Coco Chanel, International Space Station, global identity, Black athletes. Here are some, now these are some field trips. Now, this is a perfect example, this one right here, that you may not have realized that this is a virtual reality or augmented reality experience about tunnels and bridges. It's a railway in India that was built by the British over 150 or 120 years ago. Now, maybe that is something that if you're talking about British history or colonialism, that could be a great addition to your lesson. So here are other field trips too. You click on that and it'll take you to a whole page full of field trips. These are some fun interactive experiences that you could insert yourself into an artwork, or you could take a selfie that looks like another piece of artwork, or you could project artwork onto your living room wall. Now, these are art zooms. You can zoom in and more information about them. This is just some fun. Who really invented the toilet? As you can see, lots of fun and interesting things here. More information about dinosaurs. Again, these are going to be 360-degree photos that you can, when you go in, you can see them move, or you can grab them and pull them and go to any part of the photo that you'd like. A 360-degree photo is like, it's as if you're standing in the middle of this exhibit and you can see all around the room. I could transport you to different cities around the country, around the world, as you can see. These are applied digital skills. Make your own space shuttle adventure. Quiz your classmates about the Palace of Versailles. Go on a scavenger hunt through Italy. This one is a lot of fun. Create your own opera. It's called the Blob Opera, and that would be great for a STEM class, or obviously a music class. You'll see, it's a lot of fun. And these are just some fun games, some puzzles. I don't know if those have as much educational value, but the students definitely love them. And then this will just take you to other aspects of Google Arts and Culture. So that aren't necessarily on the Learn page. So see what I mean? Isn't it a fantastic resource? All right. So I am coming back now to you live because I am not going to be sharing my screen anymore. There we go. There I am. So that is Google Arts and Culture. Like I said, it's got so much information. It's a little bit difficult to summarize, but I would highly suggest you go and check it out. All right. My next one is called Thinglink. This is a website that's been around for a long time, but they don't have a separate logo for Thinglink AR. But let me just describe quickly what is Thinglink. So Thinglink used to be only that you would upload a photo to their website, and the website would allow you to put hyperlinked little tags all over the photo. So for example, a student would put up a photo of the rainforest and put a tag on a tree, and then put a tag on the grass and put a tag on the sky. And each one of those little tags, when the audience would click on them, would open up to more information, open up like a little mini screen, and that would be right on top of the other photo. So the mini screen may have text information. It may be a link to take you to another website. It may be an audio file, or it could be a video. Lots of different information. So now what Thinglink has done is to create it more of like an augmented reality experience, is that before, like I said, when you would either upload your own 2D photo or just a regular still photo, or you could use from their library of photos, beautiful, bright, big photos in their library, Now their library includes 360-degree photos and videos. So again, like I said, 360-degree photos are taken with a special camera, and they make you feel like you're standing in the middle of this 360-degree experience. So when you first see them, you jump in there and you can pull the screen all the way around you. You can look up at the sky, you can look down at the ground, you could look all the way 360 degrees to the left or to the right. So now what you can do is you upload or use their 360-degree photos and add those little tags to include more information. So let me show you. I can also share my screen for this one because I created another little one. Let me get over here. So this, for example, is, I'm looking at Thinglink. This is a Thinglink AR experience that I prepared. It's a 360-degree photo of Chichen Itza. And Chichen Itza, as you probably know, are the Aztec ruins in Mexico, right? When you first jump in here, as you can see, it's slowly moving like a little video. And you see those little like kind of pulsing green tags. There was one just over there to the left, and now we're seeing right here one to the right. Those are interactive tags. They create hyperlinks. If I click on them, you'll see more information. This one is just purely text. Chichen Itza. I added a button down here that could, if I wanted to, take me to their website. And for immersive reading experiences, if I click on this, it will read me the text for those who have reading difficulty or sight difficulty. So now what I can do, again, to this video, or this 360-degree photos, I can grab it, click, and I can twist it. And I can go wherever I want to go. So I can, this one is just a label. As you can see, I put my cursor on it and it tells me what it is. I don't even need to click on it. It's Temple of Kulkulkan. I keep going, I keep going. I can go up and look at the sky if I wanted to. I can look down at the ground, or I can keep clicking around over here. Here's another one, a ball court where they used to play. That's another, little tag. All right, so you get the idea. And again, this image was provided for me by Thinglink, but I can also upload my own. Those 360-degree cameras, if anybody's interested in investing in one of those, they're super cheap these days and could be a lot of fun too. So as you can see here, it's showing me where I am in the image, what part of the image I'm in. See, as I go around, you can see the different areas of the image. So that could be an interesting AR presentation as well. So I'm coming back to you over here. I'm back. So those are just two quick ideas as to how to use augmented reality in your classroom. The students could use them for presentations. Like I said, you could use them for, to further instruct about the content of your class for your lesson. It could be an activity, it could be a presentation, it could be used in lots of different ways, and it's free. So I think Google Arts and Culture is 100% free all of the time. And Thinglink, I believe, allows you like either 3 or 5 free projects that you could use. So it could be a lot of fun. So I wanted to tell you also that I'm very excited. I'm working on another little mini course that I think could be super helpful for a lot of different teachers. That is a little mini course. It's only an hour. It's a quickie that gives you tons of ideas as to how to use augmented reality and virtual reality in your classroom. It will go through almost 20 different resources that are free or almost free that you could easily incorporate, like I said, any level or any subject. So please feel free to check it out. I'm going to be announcing it very soon. I'm putting the final touches on it as we speak, and you'll see it announced here on my Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube page. So stay tuned for more information. So I hope you like this. I hope you found it fun and interesting. If you have any comments, please feel free to write it down below. I can answer them live, or I could answer them for you in written format later. Okay? So thanks everybody for coming. I hope to see you real soon, and let's talk again soon. Come back here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more technology and education tips. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.